On a cold January morning, Marcus Carter, a black man in his early 40s with sharp features, calm confidence, and a dignified presence, stepped into the small town of Riverside. The town, stuck in its outdated ways, held deep-rooted racial divides that could be felt in the stares Marcus received as he walked through the town square. Clad in simple clothes and with an observant gaze, Marcus had come to take on the role of Riverside's new police chief, a position he had earned through years of integrity and leadership. However, his arrival had not yet been publicly announced. Stopping for coffee at a local diner, Marcus noticed the sideways glances, whispers, and tension that followed him, an all too familiar experience. Brushing off the discomfort, Marcus prepared to head to the police station to begin his duties, unaware that an encounter was about to expose the town's hidden ugliness. As Marcus crossed the street, he accidentally bumped shoulders with Officer Harold Grant, a white, middle-aged cop known for his arrogance and abusive authority. Harold, whose reputation for intimidation preceded him, turned toward Marcus with a sneer. "Watch where you're going, boy. You people think you own everything these days." Harold spat, his tone laced with venom. Marcus, ever composed, remained silent and tried to walk away, refusing to engage in the provocation. But Harold's temper flared. He grabbed Marcus by the arm and barked, "I'm talking to you. Don't just walk off when a real man speaks." Marcus froze for a moment, his voice low and measured as he replied, "Take your hand off me." Harold, in a fit of anger and disgust, did the unthinkable. He spat on Marcus. A heavy silence fell over the street as bystanders stopped in shock, watching the humiliating act unfold. Marcus wiped his face slowly, his calm demeanor unshaken, but his words sharp and chilling as he said, "You'll regret that." He turned and walked away, leaving Harold smirking, unaware that his actions would come back to haunt him. Back at the police station, Harold boasted to his colleagues, laughing about how he put some punk in his place. Many officers chuckled, enabling Harold's behavior, while a few, like Emily Thompson, a young, reform-minded officer, sat quietly in discomfort. Harold was a product of generations of unchecked prejudice, using his uniform as a tool for dominance, and Riverside's police force had turned a blind eye for years. Just as Harold basked in his arrogance, the station's door opened and silence fell. Marcus Carter walked in, now dressed in a crisp, tailored suit with a polished badge pinned to his chest. Behind him stood Mayor Robert Fisher, who announced with authority, "Meet your new police chief, Marcus Carter." The room remained still as Marcus scanned the officers' faces, his gaze lingering on Harold for a brief but weighty moment. Harold's face turned pale as the realization set in. The man he had spat on now held the power to change everything. Marcus's first day set the tone for a new era. Addressing the department, he spoke with conviction about his vision: fairness, accountability, and a commitment to serving the entire community, not just a select few. He emphasized that respect and integrity would be the new standard, and anyone unwilling to uphold those values would find themselves on the outside. While some officers, like Emily, welcomed Marcus's leadership with hope, Harold sat stewing in resentment, his pride bruised. Marcus approached Harold privately after the meeting, his tone calm but firm. "I believe in second chances, Officer Grant, but you'll earn it the hard way." Harold muttered under his breath, but realized Marcus wasn't a man to be intimidated. Over the next few weeks, Marcus began implementing changes: audits of past cases, stricter accountability measures, and mandatory community patrols for all officers. He didn't just sit behind a desk, he joined officers in the field, working tirelessly to rebuild trust with the community that had long felt neglected and oppressed. Yet, Marcus knew reform couldn't happen without confronting officers like Harold head-on. Through flashbacks, the story reveals Marcus's motivations. As a child, Marcus watched his father, a hard-working, honorable man, be humiliated by law enforcement in their neighborhood. That memory etched itself into Marcus's soul, fueling his drive to make a difference within the system rather than from the outside. His father's words echoed through his life: "Calm strength changes the world, not rage." Despite experiencing racism and bias throughout his career, Marcus chose a path of reform over revenge, believing leadership with dignity could bring lasting change. That same calm strength now drove him to reform Riverside's police department, even in the face of deep-seated resistance. Harold's resentment festered, leading to moments of open hostility and subtle sabotage. Yet Marcus remained unfazed, challenging Harold to look inward. One